Hi you guys, it's Lisa, and it's time for another monthly keto collab, and this month we're making pizzas. So the pizza that I decided to make is a calzone. I love calzones because they're wonderful for meal prep. You can make them up ahead of time, freeze them if you want, and have it ready to go whenever you want. So let's get started. Okay, so for this recipe, we're going to start with a basic fathead dough. So I have some mozzarella cheese that I've already grated up. And I'm going to do 170 grams of mozzarella cheese. All right. So that's six ounces or 170 grams. And then to that, I'm going to add 85 grams of almond flour. And I'm going to use my fine mesh strainer to strain out the lumps on the almond flour. Almond flour and coconut flour can be very, very lumpy, and this is a good way to get the lumps out and make a much smoother dough. Takes a little bit of extra time, but it's well worth it, trust me. We're almost there. All right, there we go, 85 grams. And then I'm going to add 1 ounce of cream cheese. And it helps if your cream cheese is softened up a little bit. All right, so that's going to go in the microwave for about 1 minute. I'm going to stir it and then put it in for about another minute, so I'll be right back. Okay, so my ingredients were at room temperature. They didn't come straight out of the refrigerator, so that only took 1 minute in the microwave. I stirred it up, and it is a nice dough consistency. All right, so to this, I'm going to add about 1/4 teaspoon of onion powder, a 1/4 teaspoon of garlic powder, and about 1/2 teaspoon of rosemary. You can add oregano, you can add Italian seasoning. Just about anything would be good in here. Even red pepper flakes would be good in there. All right, and then I just have 1 large egg. All right, let's give that a good stir until it's well incorporated. This is probably the most versatile dough in the low-carb keto world. All right, and if you're a little bit impatient like me, get your hands in there and mix her up. Oh, that's perfect. You really got to work with this dough when it's still a little bit warm, but not hot, because you don't want to cook your egg. All right, that looks good. So now I'm going to take my silicone mat, turn that over, and I'm going to divide my dough into 6 pieces. And those will make some nice sized calzones. All right, there we go. Now just roll them up into a ball. Press it out a little flat. And I'm going to roll this out into a circle. All right, and there you go. There's the first one. So I'm going to continue doing this, and I'll be back with 6 circles. Okay, so let's talk ingredients. What are we going to put on these bad boys? Well, the first thing that we're going to use is some pizza sauce. And I have this Rinaldi pizza sauce that I get at the Dollar Tree, and I love it. Not only is it low in carbs, but the ingredients are very, very clean on it. It has tomato puree, water, tomato paste, citric acid, salt, extra virgin olive oil, spices, dried garlic, and dried onion. And then the carbs in this, for a 1/4 cup, is 4 carbs. There is 4 tablespoons in a 1/4 cup, so pretty much it's 1 carb per tablespoon. And you don't need a lot of sauce on these. Just spread a little bit on one side. And you can pretty much add whatever you want in these, whatever you like in your pizza. We're going to do a couple of different kinds today. All right, so there's our sauce. Now I'm going to hit it with just a little bit more cheese. I know the dough is made of cheese mostly, but man, who doesn't love a little bit more cheese? All right, there we go. A little bit of mozzarella, a little bit of Parmesan, and I think I'm going to put some olives in my pizza. Let's do a couple of little olives. Olives are very, very good for you. And they're very low carb. And of course, I love jalapenos. So let's put a couple of little jalapeno slices in each one of these. I don't have the kids around today, so I don't have to worry about making it too spicy. All right. And then I just have some of this pepperoni that I buy in bulk at work. So let's put some pepperoni in there as well. If you like just cheese and pepperoni, you can do that. I mean, whatever you like. All right, and then we're just going to fold them over. Kind of tuck around. And make like a little, see if it breaks a little bit, all you have to do is mend it back together. This dough is very, very forgiving. This is just like a Hot Pocket, but keto version. Kind of mend that back together. I might have stuffed them a little bit too much. I tend to go a little bit overboard on my ingredients. And as you can see, it doesn't take very much sauce at all. All right, last one. Those are looking pretty good, aren't they? All right, there you go. So now I'm going to take my fork and I'm just going to poke them once to give them a little bit of a air hole for the steam to escape so they don't burst open. That olive wants to poke through. All right, so now we're going to put it on our baking sheet. And these are going to get baked in the oven at 425 for about 13 to 15 minutes. I'll check them at 13 minutes and see how they go. So let's find out what they look like when they're done. All right, so there you go. It only took about 13 minutes in my oven for those to cook. And those are perfect calzones. So you can make several of these and have them ready for your meal prep for next week. Let's try one out, shall we? It's perfect, just the way I love my pizza. Not too much sauce, a lot of cheese actually, because the crust is made out of cheese mainly, and there's a little bit of cheese inside. The jalapenos are very, very spicy today, just the way I love it. So anyway, there you go. Try it out and let me know what you think in the comments below. So there's some other keto YouTubers that are doing this collab with me, and I'm going to put their links in the description below. They have all sorts of different types of pizza recipes for you to try out. Who doesn't love pizza, right? So anyway, that's all that I have for you today. So until next time, keep calm and keto on.
you.